Good morning everybody, it's Miss Moore here today and I'm back with your phonics lesson for today, and the date is Friday the 26th of February. So we're going to start today by recapping over some words. Now these 8 words all have our phase 5 split digraph A. Okay, so there's 8 different words and they all contain the split digraph, which is A, makes that A sound. So I'm going to read these words to you. Make, pancake, made, invade, escape, bake, game and came. Okay, I'll read those once more to you. Make, pancake, made, invade, escape, bake, game and came. So you're going to practice spelling those words. You might want to see if you can put one of those words in a silly sentence, and then we're going to move on to the main part of today's phonics lesson. So what we're going to be learning about today in phonics is prefixes again. Now I want to see if you can remember what a prefix is. Do you think you can tell the screen or tell your grown-up what a prefix is? Well, that's right. The definition of a prefix is a group of letters that you add to the beginning of a root word. So you add a prefix to the beginning. Now remember we said in our lesson yesterday that a prefix is different to a suffix because a prefix goes at the beginning, whereas a suffix goes at the end of a root word. So today we will be learning about the prefix dis, D-I-S. Okay, now this is a new prefix to us. So when we learned about the prefix un, that might have been a little bit familiar to some of you because you learnt it in year 1. But we've not learnt this one before, so it's brand new to us. So I want to see if you can tell your grown-up what you think this prefix might mean. Now, if you think about our prefix un, that meant no, you didn't like something, or it means not, or it means the opposite of. So what do you think this prefix here might mean? See if you can tell the screen or your grown-up. Well, that's right. Dis is similar to un. So the prefix dis, D-I-S, is very similar to the prefix that we were doing the other day in phonics. And it means not or the opposite of. Okay, now this is why it can get a little bit tricky of knowing whether to put dis or un, because they basically mean the same thing. But sometimes you can have a word and you might not be able to add dis onto the front of it. So it's about taking your time and reading the words to make sure that whether you add dis or un, you've got to make sure that it makes sense. So our focus for the first part of the phonics is to add this prefix dis onto the start of our words. Okay, so I've got an example here. My example is the word like. Now this is what we call our root word. This is our base word. Okay, now I am going to add dis to the start of that word. So I'm going to add my prefix dis. So this is my prefix. I'm adding it to the root word. Can you tell your grown-up what the end result is going to be when we add dis to like? That's right. The word becomes dislike. So you might like riding your bike in summer, but you might dislike riding your bike in winter when it's raining. Okay, so dislike means if you like something, that means that something might make you happy and you really enjoy something. And if you dislike it, that's the opposite. That means that you don't like it. Okay, so you dislike. Let's have a look at some more examples down here. So this is our first word, a disagree. Okay, so again, this is what we call our root word, and we have got to add our prefix dis. Now tell your grown-up on the screen, does our prefix go at the beginning of the word, or is it going to go at the end? That's right, our prefix always goes at the beginning of the word. So if this is our root word, we're going to add dis as our prefix, and it becomes disagree. So you might agree that oranges are the best fruit in the world, and your friend might disagree and think that bananas are better. So that means that they don't agree with what you think. Okay, so have a look at this one. Appear. We're adding the prefix dis. Is it going to come before or after? Tell your grown-up. That's right, it comes before our word. So it becomes disappear. Okay, what about this one here? Connect. We've got to add the prefix dis. Is it going to come before the word or after the word? Well done, that word dis, our prefix, comes before the word connect. You disconnect something. Okay, so that might mean if you connect a wire into the TV, okay, and you disconnect, that means you've done the opposite, so you take it out of the TV. Allow. If you allow somebody to do something, that means that you let them do something. But if we add our prefix dis in, if you disallow, that means you don't let them do something. Okay, so over here are the words that you're going to have a go at adding the prefix dis to today. So let's have a read of them. Obey, honest, approve, like, appear, we've just done that one together, respect, loyal, and infect. Okay, I'll read those once more to you. Obey, honest, approve, like, appear, respect, loyal, and infect. So remember, you're adding the prefix dis to all of those words. And once you've done that, you might want to choose a couple of those words, or one or two, and put them into a sentence. So I've done that, and my sentence today says, I dislike, that means I don't like, eating carrot cake. Okay, and when you've done this, you might want to really challenge yourself. So if you look on the planning, it explains it a little bit more. But what the challenge is today is you need to decide whether you're going to add the prefix un or dis into these spaces in the sentences. Okay, so the first sentence says, the man, then it's blank, loaded his truck. Okay, so you need to decide if you're going to put the prefix un in here or dis. So is it going to be the man unloaded his truck, or is it going to be the man disloaded his truck? Have a think about that word and think about which one sounds right. Is it going to be un or dis? I, something like carrots. Is it going to be I unlike carrots or I dislike carrots? I blank agree with your answer. Is it going to be I unagree or I disagree? And the last sentence is the rope is hard to tie. Is it going to be untie or distie? So try your best to remember that any work you complete, send it to your class teacher so they can have a look. Enjoy!